What is good, you guys? It's your boy Randy Anderson here with another episode of News from Word on the Ave. I got both my co-hosts in the building, man. Lauren and Corey, take it away.
Hey, what's up, world? We doing this so loud in, man. We got some hot topics for you tonight, So hope you got your popcorn ready for this one, man. I think we're gonna have some shots fired tonight. But anywho, man, let's. So today, our boy To, not to be confused with Turnover, but Terrell Owens, was live on ESPN First Take, and he had a conversation with Stephen A. and Max Kellerman about Colin Kaepernick, and basically, Stephen A's comments since the workout. A lot of people are calling him, a sellout. You know what I'm saying, Uncle Tom. Working for the man, whatever the case may be. He's gotten a lot of backlash for his comments since, and Terrell Owens fired a shot at him and said, "Dang, Stephen A. Max Kellerman sounds blacker than you right now," which of course offended Stephen A. And Stephen A. Decided to defend himself. So uh, are we as black people, are we missing the Stephen A's the point of his commentary? Everything that he said, regarding uh, you know, Colin Kaepernick basically should have showed up in his work uniform, during the workout, not the Kuta Kente shirt, uh, you know, uh, different things like that. And the reason Stephen A. got defensive, and this is very, very validated, Stephen A. has went uh, in defense of Max Kellerman, or in defense of Colin Kaepernick. I'm sorry. He's defended Colin Kaepernick to the cows come home. He seems to have some inside information from Colin Kaepernick's camp, which led him to, uh, I guess, coming to this conclusion, basically. Where he feels like this was more on Colin than it was a PR stunt, or a lack of truth about the NFL. Really wanting to give Colin Kaepernick a chance. Uh, I look. I'm a say it. I'm gonna say it. And I've said it a million times. Not all black people are the same. We are all entitled to our own opinions about how we think things should go, things should be. Uh, I talked to a lady the other day when I was at a breakfast, and a fundraising breakfast, and she was talking to me, about some different things, and she made a statement that I had to pause. And what she said was, we don't have to go through the back door, but we do got to slide in through the come to his defense. But in this particular case, uh, he asked for a chance to play in the NFL. Colin Kaepernick said, "I still want to play in the NFL." So let's use an outside example. We'll use an outside example. Let's say that uh, you wanted to join a book club, right? And everybody in the book club wants to read the same goddamn book, and you're the only one that wants to read. Everybody's reading the same damn book, but there's a timeline. We got to have a book done in 30 days. Every book that we read in 30 days. We have a discussion. In the 30 days, you ain't done with the book, and they like, oh yeah, you know what? We gonna keep going on, but you want to keep circling. But you want to be in the club, but you don't want to adhere to the rules of the club. And so you cause a stir. Uh, and they like, you know what? We gonna let you back in the club, but you gotta read the book in 25 days. We still got 30, but you gotta read it in 25.
Break it down like this. Break it down like this. Just turn it into their job. just turn it into their job now. But then now don't just go from the job, go from an entrepreneurial perspective yourself. Now the stance I'm gonna take, I like the stance that Kaepernick took. But see, what I'm trying to question is, are black people misunderstanding what Stephen A. Smith is saying? On your job, like, are you going to keep in mind, let's say you had an issue going with your job, going on against with your workplace, and you sue them. You settle, and now you want to come back to them. You want to come back to that same job. Do you think that job now, first of all, there's no employment nowhere, anywhere, and we keep talking, we think this is just football. NFL is a damn business. America is patented, is labeled as a business. You know what I'm saying? They actually look it up. It's an actual business. So everything in there, you know what I'm saying, it's cash flow. So do you think your job will allow you to do that? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about even doing stuff now? There's plenty of things that have happened on the job that where it's like, was that right? Who cares if it was wrong or right? You're affecting my money. That's why they have most of the rules that they have are set in place are to protect their assets so they don't lose assets. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what they're in the business of. Now it's different because you're dealing with 32 different owners. That means there's 32 different mindsets and they're all in conjunction. But if that's what they're going with, if the consensus is, because that's what this is about, why he was kicked out. Now, like Stephen A. Smith, who cares about if it's right or wrong? You want to play for these guys. Now imagine you having your own business and you have a certain way, whether it's right or wrong. I just heard somebody using the words talking about what positives and negatives. Positive and negatives are subjective. You know what I'm saying? Positive is because what's positive for you may not be positive for another person. So things like that are subjective and just labels. You know what I'm saying? But if a person's not dealing with their morality and different things like that, it's about business. And we talking about, think about you as a business owner. There's going to be certain things you do to protect your ass. Colin Kaepernick already had a lawsuit against the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to add I'm pretty sure they added a ton of stuff. They had a specific workout for him, which nobody does. After this, they had a specific workout for them. They're going to have a specific waiver just for you. And it's up to you to look through, you know what I'm saying, to look through and see if this is what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what Stephen A is going with is the whole fact of you want to play for these guys. Now, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt of, yeah, he changed his mind. But it is consistent, and I know it was a little bit before, but he said he even went to the extent of I won't be kneeling anymore. You know, so now that could be deciphered many ways. Maybe there's no need to kneel or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure he was voicing that because he wanted to let the NFL know that he would not be a problem for them. The NFL, the way if you can make the NFL money, you will be there.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to deal with at best, second string quarterback. Let's be realistic on his stats. So we keep being, talking about 16-4 and stuff like that. He was 1-10 his last few games. And he was, if you watched him, he was having trouble reading the defenses. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't moving the chains also. You know what I'm saying? He was struggling. Mm-hmm. That's why he got benched for Blaine Gabbert in the first place. And he was within a contract dispute. So nobody's saying, people are looking at it's about what method that you want to take, you know what I'm saying, when attacking this. But Stephen A, all this calling a coon, and I mean, I'll let you, what Terrell Owens did today was so effing problematic, man. That was so fucking problematic, dog.
It was disrespectful. Like how you gonna call how you gonna say this is my boy, but you dissing his ass on national TV?
Yeah, say yeah, he's blacker and things like that. What is y'all? What the hell is black? And you cannot not be black. I don't care, you know what I'm saying, what type of ideology a person takes, even if they going fully against Negroes, that can't take away his black skin. He will always be black. He will always be, you know what I'm saying, within the, you know what I'm saying, that target also, whether he thinks so or not. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are influenced by certain things within our life. We are not a monolith. We do not all think the same. Different people have different influences.
That's factual.
All humans, even fucking white people. When we want to get into it, how racism was able to continue was through influence. Whether it was through the influence, whether they believe what black people were horrible people, or whether it was economic, to where they could get an advantage. That's still an influence the same way that we'll sit up there and kill. You got cats that'll sit there and kill each other for the dollar, no matter, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get the next dollar, trying to get, you know what I'm saying, rich. They believe it's a greater good. You know what I'm saying? They believe it's paved with good intentions. You're doing the same exact thing. To do this stupid shit and all this dumb, you're invited to the cookout bullshit. What you're doing is giving white folks an out to now they can sit there and take the form and know that all they got to do is fucking agree with you. Ooh, all they got to do is agree with you and, he's with us. He's with us.
He's an ally.
And that's how they hide amongst you, because you want to sit there and pin
Max Kellerman.
Like pin something, you know what I'm saying? Pin a behavior with a whole entire fucking culture doing it, you know what I'm saying? With your own, you know what I'm saying? You're doing it yourself. You're perpetuating that bullshit. We don't all think the fucking same. Mm-hmm. Everybody's calling him coon and, you know what I'm saying, all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? Instead of let's actually try to dig in, you know what I'm saying, and see from his point. If you don't agree, say he's crazy. But y'all not calling the dudes that, like I said, huh?
What? Don't even do that. You don't even call him crazy. Just say I don't agree with his position.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say is I don't agree with his position on it. You know, because Terrell, Terrell's not my guy, but I give Terrell credit as a football player. Like, Terrell's a football player. But here again, is another athlete, you know what I'm saying, that everybody's like, yeah, boy, Terrell was keeping it real, boy. Terrell, see what I'm talking about? And I'm like, no, he wasn't, because that shit got under my skin. It got under my skin. I was like, wow. I said, here we are, not wanting to be, for not all black people like prejudice. No, they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not all created as a monolith. The same thing. Like, we're not robots. Like, this is like that shit was so wrong and disrespectful. You know, and here I am. I thought Max Kellerman was gonna speak up for Stephen A. Kellerman ain't speak up with Stephen A. in any capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went as far as being almost as disrespectful as T.O. was. And you giving his mom, you know, a level of adoration and appreciation for how Stephen A. came up, but then you're going to throw shade 2 seconds later. And I'm like, man, like, this is one of those where you have to agree to disagree. And I'm serious when I say that, because I was thinking, you know, Colin, did you not realize that this was kind of an interview? Would you wear a Kunta Kinte shirt to a job interview? No, you wouldn't. And that's exactly where you were walking into, a job interview.
And it's exactly and this is not to say that he doesn't notice. He didn't go into this noticing, you know what I'm saying, understanding this. But this is just as far as moving forward. You know what I'm saying? As far as moving forward, now we know where he stands. You know what I'm saying? We can't, it's too jaded now, you know what I'm saying, you really don't know, because remember, he took a deal. know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He took a deal. He settled with the NFL. So we'll never know. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about that too.
Him and
Yeah,
Ed Reed.
we'll never know what, you know what I'm saying, if he even had the evidence. You know what I'm saying? If he even had the evidence for it being that. Because like I said, it could be, it's deeper than just, you know what I mean, oh, black people, you know what I'm saying? All these, who cares? Okay, let's say the businesses do something for black people. And then you're gonna say, well, they just doing it for good publicity and things like that. It's like they don't give a fuck about that. They're there to play football. They want football and they don't want to lose fans. They want to fill up stadiums. People think that when black people think the NFL did, you know what I'm saying, did whatever, you know what I'm saying, they actually, NFL took your side. You know what I'm saying? They actually had no choice. They were forced to have to take your side because they knew it was going to, in the end, it was going to make them look bad. But the reason why they took the action at first was because there was plenty of folks out there, mainly white folks, that was sitting up there they were boycotting the NFL for what Kaepernick did. And the NFL looked and said, and it was enough. It did enough to where the NFL took notice of that.
Oh, them numbers,
they're straight business. It's not about that. We're taking it personal, like they don't care about our oppression and things like these motherfuckers. Business. These motherfuckers are there to play football. They're there to play football. Man, you can't force an owner. I don't care if it's 32 owners. You cannot force an owner to do something that they don't want to do. If you don't want that, start your own damn league. You niggas are killing it. You niggas are killing this fucking shit. Man, it's Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes, it's niggas running the league. They the quarterbacks now. NBA been and had the shit sold up. NBA been and had it sold up. Start your own league. But y'all don't want to lose that. Y'all don't want to lose that paper. Man, you got the internet, all type of stuff. Man, if they try to shut you down, come right back. Man, y'all got cameras. Man, y'all got all type of ways to do this. But y'all got the talent. But it's not that, it must not be that serious. Because y'all not united. It's only one or two of y'all in there. It's only one or two of y'all like, hey, everybody else like, man, we going to get our money. Y'all not united. They in a business.
Can I say something?
That is not theirs. That is not theirs. The owners are in the business to get money. So that's, like I said, I love what Colin Kaepernick did. I love, that's something that I personally would do. But I would understand that there's more than likely a chance I won't be playing. Now, I don't have a problem. I don't like how Stephen A. initially came out with it. He was rather harsh. I believe he was rather harsh with his initial video. You know what I'm saying? It was jumping, you know, and his words, you know what I'm saying? He did say that he doesn't want to. I wouldn't say that. It should have just been, I don't think there's less care upon joining the NFL because he wants to, but there's levels about how much you want. You know what I'm saying? How much you want and what you're willing to give and take. But you got to understand who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, he had been speaking with Colin Kaepernick all those months up into. So who knows what was contained within those text messages? Yeah. It could have been, like I said, it could have been consistent with, hey, I won't be kneeling no more. We don't know what was in the text message, but it could have been, hey, I just want to play NFL. I just want to play football again. That's what it was for him. He settled in everything. You know what I'm saying? I just want to play football. I don't want to play here. I don't want to play in CFL. I don't want to play in AF, whoever. I want to play for y'all, the NFL. I want to be on the stage.
Go ahead.
I want to say something. So, Colin Kaepernick's lead attorney was on the Will Cain show today. And I feel like he said some really, really damning statements about the whole thing. Because Will Cain came out and asked him. He was like, if y'all had so much evidence that there was a real collusion case, why didn't you take it to trial? And for the lack of better words, what his attorney said is that it was more advantageous for him to take. It
What?
was more advantageous for him to take. He didn't say it in words, but I picked up everything he was putting down, and he basically said it was more advantageous for Colin Kaepernick to take a settlement than to take this to court.
So
Is what he said.
literally, they say they're pretty much what I just got out of that.
About business.
Yeah, it's all about business.
It wasn't about activism within that point.
It wasn't about.
It wasn't about. See what Byron Allen is doing is activism.
Yeah.
It's not about business. It's about exposing these cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about exposing these cats. Now it became business at this point. You know what I'm saying? So what do you want to do? You want to do business or you want to do activism? You know what I'm saying? And I believe there's a medium. He believes that he can get it done like this. I hope he does. Like I said, I like the stance that he took. You know what I'm saying? I like the stance that
which was what? Which was what?
Fuck you. Fuck you, NFL. I want to do it my way. That's exactly what he did.
Oh, you mean with everything he been he been excluded. Okay.
Fuck you, NFL. I don't care about you patronizing me. Because that's what they were doing. They were clearly patronizing, but you want to play for us. So we're gonna make you jump through hoops. Mm-hmm. Anybody who would do that, especially when you sued me, think about this from an entrepreneurial perspective. I'm gonna make you jump through hoops to go through that. So you should understand that. I like that he was like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's basically what he did. We're gonna do this on my terms because this was at the school that was pre-planned. You have to have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have permission from the high school and all of that.
Not according to his attorney.
Really?
Not according to his attorney.
That's interesting. That's interesting to be on a high school field with that much surrounding the high school, all those people around, press and everything, and there's
his attorney said the only thing that was pre-planned was the media. He said we already had a media plan, but we didn't have a logistical plan. And I don't believe him, but he said, you know what? Once we figured out that we weren't going to adhere to this waiver, we got in contact with the school. That's what he said. As soon as we realized we weren't going to be able to adhere to the waiver, we decided that's when we came up with a plan. Now, like I said, there's a lot of messy shit going on because the administrator of that high school, well, she was like, nah, it wasn't pre-planned because that was the thing. Like, how can you put all this together so quick?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the story that it was false that they got the waiver on Friday, they got the waiver Wednesday. He even roundabout way said, well, you know, if it came Wednesday night or Thursday morning or whatever, I don't know when it came. So
he still wasn't given a lot of time, but
no. There wasn't a lot of time, and I don't take issue with the fact that he did what he did, where he moved it. You know what I'm saying? Did it help him?
Hell,
it didn't give him leverage where he needed it. I'll phrase it like that. It didn't give him leverage where he needed it. Because I love what you said when you said start your own shit. Because you're not gonna get back in the league unless you do it their way. It's the only way you're getting back in if you do it their way.
If they really wanted you would have been there within that 3-year period.
And
that's what people aren't getting. If they wanted you, you would have been there within that 3-year period. It's deeper. You're not as a starter, as a, you know what I'm saying, as a like I said, at the best, you know what I'm saying. I from what I've seen, and there's a lot of people who agree with this. Second string from what we see. Now he may have improved, but you got to say, is he worth what's gonna come with him? These people are looking at this as a business. People are taking this as it's threatening and things like that. If somebody didn't want to talk about cancer or something, that was looked upon, the NFL would draw back from that. Like it's that simple. If they was like, Sue, stop talking about this. You know, they did that. You know what I'm saying? They was like, Sue, why y'all talk about breast cancer? Why don't y'all talk about all cancer? So they was like, okay, we'll make it all cancer then. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do whatever brings in the fans and keep motherfuckers happy. When they got jerseys, they gonna make some jerseys for women. They gonna put the pink on the jerseys. They won't you know what I'm saying?
And you gotta know that. I mean, the NFL knew about concussions long before shit came out. They knew how damning it was. It wasn't until the shit got released to the public and people were seeing what was happening to these players publicly. When the movie came out, and it wasn't a good movie, but if it made its point, that's when the NFL's like, oh well, shoot, we gotta protect the shield, y'all. We gotta protect the shield, and so you know, and I don't want to make this about Colin Kaepernick because the question was really tied around Stephen A's comment, and here's why I stand, because I don't agree with Stephen A all the time. I do not always agree with Stephen A.
Nah,
you know, but I had to respect one thing that he said. And the one thing he said is, we want you back in the NFL because we think that you are one of the top tier quarterbacks in the world. Understand that. In the world. We think that highly of you. We will back you if you need to do what you got to do to get back in the league. We support you. We stand behind you. But if getting in the league is what you want to do, let us support you. Do what you got to do. Know that your stance and your cause is righteous.
I want y'all to understand. Anybody who's watching, understand. I'm not for Stephen A's method. But I'm not saying he's a sellout because of like that.
This is no different than between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Right.
No different. We have the same fucking debate where we don't like the way somebody does something, so we discredit everything.
Right. They look at it because let me break it like this. Stephen A's looking at it as if you're gonna knock on their doorstep. If you're going to knock on their doorstep, then at least come, you know what I'm saying, you're playing their ball. You know what I'm saying? Versus how I look at it is, hey, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna be nowhere that I'm not wanted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be nowhere. Now, if I feel that, you know what I'm saying, I can make something, you know, if I'm on that turf, just like where we're at on these social media platforms, and I believe I can reach somebody or it's beneficial to me and things like that, I'm going to try to maneuver around. We do the same thing on here. You know what I'm saying? We got to follow certain guidelines and things like that. But there's a fine line. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to cut off. I have different things that I'll adhere to, but you're not going to cut off, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to control my speech. You know what I'm saying? As far as the points and ideals, you know what I'm saying, my ideologies, you know what I'm saying, like there's a fine line. If you're talking about you know what I'm saying, no cussing and things like that, well, I'm not trying to, but I don't see any benefit. You know what I'm saying? Things like that are subjective. This is what we're trying to say. Things like these are subjective. Not everybody thinks the same way, and people got to understand that. Not everybody has the same method, but Stephen A is not sitting up there trying to sell you the hell out. He believes that he's telling this for cats who are looking for employment. You know what I'm saying? Young brothers in the future looking for employment. That there's a lot of old cats that just said the same thing. Have your hair like this. You know what I'm saying? Answering questions like this and things like that. They're telling you this. You can't just go in there. Now you want to go in there. You can do what you want to do. You can go in there and be like, shoot, Nah, I'm gonna go in there the way I'm not gonna dress up. If they want me, they want me. Fine. There's places that'll take you like that. But you can't. What are you gonna do if they decide that they're not? What are you gonna do if you're gonna decide that you're not gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna.
You know what they gonna do. He ain't heard me because I was black.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't tell him you showed up to your job interview in a Kuta Kente shirt.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But you better have a next plan. You know what I'm saying? But you know what we like to do? A lot of people are speaking for Colin Kaepernick. What people have been doing since the beginning.
That's my big problem with it.
They're speaking for Colin Kaepernick. They're doing more talking than he's doing. He's falling back like, we don't know what the dude thinks. That's all Stephen A trying to tell. He been talking to him. He been talking to the dude since whenever they haven't talked to him since they've had this workout. And they talked to him the months leading up. This is all this is about, man. Stop with the name calling and all the cookout and all the BS and we'll trade this for the white guy. Man, I don't care what a person's ideology is. You cannot change your blackness. You can't change your exterior. I don't give a damn what you think. You will be seen as black. You will be seen as black, man. That is stupid. That is stupid because you're locking us in and boxing us in to one way of thinking. One way of thinking, man. And that's fucking dangerous, man. That's extremely dangerous. And like I said, with the TO, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all you doing, Max Kellerman is black and he's a white man. Ain't no way in hell he'll be blacker on anything. All you telling them, all you're saying is all they have to do to be accepted and things like that is just agree with you and have all your talking points. Max Kellerman says some solid shit. I agree with him, but I'm not. But he's a white man with good talking points. You sat there and heard the dude talking about he ain't giving up his privilege. He ain't giving up his privilege. Are y'all listening? Come on, man. Come on, dog.
Yeah, and
y'all better go get your own. Go get your own. The money is limited. You ain't got the, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got the cash like everybody else, but do what you do with what you got if you're trying to succeed. You know what I'm saying? And change the mindset. If you're going, like I said, it's just an ideology Stephen A. Smith is that he's got and that he's sticking with. You know what I'm saying? And it can be used. It's a practical ideology. It's practical. Well, just, you know what I'm saying, agree to disagree. But all the name calling and all this silly stuff, and we're doing this on national TV. This silly crap. Doing this all week, you know what I'm saying? Comment section, things like that. Come on.
And we so bad about when a celebrity says something. If a known celebrity says something, we jump on the bandwagon. But how many of y'all know about the Byron Allen case? Not too many of y'all.
None of us.
But y'all co-signing with T.O. though. Like, and I ain't saying T.O. I say he's wrong. I say he's disrespectful in his approach. But that's, again, my opinion. Somebody else might be like, nah, man, he was right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I just said he's disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, this is just really disappointing, man. Really, really, really disappointing. Randy, we was rambling, brother. You go ahead and get your shit in. Told you, we fired up tonight, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, y'all said it's good. I can't really add anything else into it for real. The only thing I was gonna say was the thing that I could think of most of this year that's happened with that is the Lamar Jackson thing and Michael Vick, when everybody was comparing Lamar Jackson to Michael Vick, and Michael Vick was like, "Oh man, you need to cut your hair, or these people won't even think of you as the face of a franchise, and stuff like that." So I mean, Come on, Mike
But
Vick.
but can
Come
you
on.
but can you knock him for his experience? I'm not saying that he's right or he's wrong.
Right.
That is what he
Oh,
experienced.
I understand that, but you gotta make sure you put this in 2019 where Lamar Jackson, we haven't had any scandals of him fighting no dogs or all this other stuff. He hasn't had the $200 million contracts. Mike Vick has had all that and some. So it's just like you can't place all. I understand that you lived through all that, and you're just trying to warn the kid, but you can't place all that on the kid when he didn't go through any of that. He's not had $200 million contracts. He's not had allegations. He's not been in jail. He's not been to jail for fighting dogs, and he's not been to jail for other things like that. So,
well, Vic was being judged before that anyway. He was already being judged. The same way he's just understanding. He's just understanding where, you know what I'm saying, the climate that we're in and what he was dealing with. Like I said, we're not.
That's why I said 2019.
Not saying it's right. I don't agree with that ideology, but that's not to say that there's a, you know what I'm saying, that there's something, there's validity to what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do look at you. They do look at you. They had to pass a law for you in California for you to be able to wear your hair wherever you want. They had to pass a law for that.
Right.
So it's not right. You should fight that type of thing. But saying if you want to do that, if you want to play their game, and if you want to take that route, you're going to have to play their game. And this is what a lot of people aren't understanding. That's why they keep. I mean, I just seen so many cats. They getting fired from the job, and then they don't have no. And the job did me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, if you're gonna go like that, keep it pushing. If you're not gonna conform, keep it pushing. But talking about the job did you wrong and all that, man, they're there to make money, man. You go to work, man, on the production line, whatever the hell you do, they're there to make money. They're not there to please you. They're not there to please you. You're there to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't like it, make yourself rich. Figure out a way. Yeah. Mobilize with some people. You know what I'm saying? Find some people that are like-minded and y'all start brainstorming instead of sitting around jerking off and talking about bullshit and talking about what so-and-so did today.
You see Kylie Jenner?
And if you want to, you can drop something in the PayPal right here. You know what I'm saying? We'll take your little extra change that you got, you know what I'm saying, from unemployment and put it to good use.
Yeah, Mark.
Drop it in the PayPal.
Mark, yeah, you did miss a little bit. Yeah, Corey and Lauren were both fired up. But yeah, man. So, like Uncle Ruckus.
So check it out, y'all. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back in 5 minutes with some more fire. We fired up, man. Get your popcorn ready. Tell your goddamn friends to get on this shit, and we'll see you in a few minutes, man. We'll holler.
We'll let Uncle Ruckus say that he's guilty. Run real quick.
Yeah. But oh boy, he had another thing coming.
The jury will now go off and deliberate on.
Guilty! That nigga is guilty!
So, with all that being said, we out.